大家好，我是 Jenny， 欢迎来到沉思者 J。 今天要跟你聊的这个人啊，他做了一件超狂的事。1985年9月1日，他在深海3800公尺的地方找到了一艘沉睡73年的巨船，这艘船叫铁达尼号，全世界都以为他永远找不到了，结果他找到了，而且还拍下了清晰的画面，让全人类第一次看见这艘传奇巨轮的真实模样。他就是罗伯特·巴拉德，一个改变深海探索历史的传奇人物。巴拉德1942年出生在美国堪萨斯州，但他从小就住在加州圣地亚哥附近，太平洋就在家门口。小时候的他超爱看海，也超爱看科幻小说，尤其是凡尔纳写的《海底两万里》，那本书让他着了迷。书里的鹦鹉螺号潜艇带着主角们去看海底火山，去看沉船宝藏，去看各种神奇的海洋生物。巴拉德看完之后就想，我以后也要去探索海底，我也要开着潜艇去看那些秘密。这个梦想一直在他心里，从来没有熄灭过。长大之后，巴拉德去读大学，他选了海洋学和地质学，因为他想真正了解海洋，不只是表面的波浪和鱼群，而是深处的地形和构造，那些人类从来没看过的地方。1965年，他拿到学士学位，接着继续读硕士和博士。他去了夏威夷大学，研究海底的火山活动，然后又去罗德岛大学，专攻海洋地质学。1974年，他拿到博士学位，那时候他已经32岁，但他的探险生涯才刚刚开始。巴拉德加入了一个超厉害的机构，叫做伍兹霍尔海洋研究所。这个地方在麻萨诸塞州，是全世界最顶尖的海洋研究中心之一。在这里工作的都是疯狂的科学家，他们想做的事情都很大胆，比如说潜到深海去看火山口，比如说研究海底的生态系统。巴拉德在这里如鱼得水，他参与了好几个重要的探险计划。1977年，他做了一件惊人的事，他搭乘深海潜艇阿尔文号，潜到太平洋东部的海底，那里有一个地方叫加拉巴哥裂谷，深度超过2500公尺，一片漆黑冰冷，大家都以为那里不可能有生物。结果他们看到了什么？热泉，从海底裂缝喷出来的热水，温度高达摄氏300多度，而且更神奇的是，热泉旁边居然有生物，巨大的管虫，奇怪的虾子，还有各种怪模怪样的生物。它们不靠阳光活着，而是靠热泉里的化学物质。这个发现震撼了全世界，因为大家一直以为地球上所有生命都需要阳光，结果深海告诉我们，生命的形式比我们想象的更多样。这次探险让巴拉德名声大噪，但他没有停下脚步，他心里还有一个更大的梦想，那就是找到铁达尼号。铁达尼号在1912年沉没，当时是全世界最大最豪华的邮轮，首航就撞上冰山，2小时40分钟后沉入大西洋，超过1500人丧生，这是20世纪最大的海难之一。沉船的位置一直是个谜，很多人想找，但都失败了，因为大西洋太大了，而且沉船可能在3000到4000公尺深，那个深度人类很难到达。巴拉德从1973年就想找铁达尼号，但他没有钱，深海探险超级贵，设备要几百万美元，船只的租用费也很惊人。他到处找赞助，但没什么人相信他能成功。直到1982年，美国海军找上了他。海军有2艘核子潜艇沉没了，一艘叫蝎子号，一艘叫长尾鲨号。海军想知道这2艘潜艇的状况，但不想让苏联知道，所以他们需要一个掩护。巴拉德跟海军达成了协议，他帮海军找潜艇，海军给他经费和设备，如果任务完成还有剩余时间，他可以用来找铁达尼号，这是个完美的交易。1985年7月，巴拉德带着团队出海了，他们用的是最先进的深海探测设备，一个叫阿尔戈号的无人潜艇，这台机器配备了摄影机和声呐，可以潜到4000多公尺深，而且可以用缆绳遥控，不用人亲自下去冒险。巴拉德先完成了海军的任务，他找到了2艘核子潜艇，拍下了需要的照片，然后8月底， 他终于可以开始找铁达尼号了。但时间只剩下12天，12天要在广阔的大西洋找一艘船，这听起来根本不可能。但巴拉德有他的策略，他研究了铁达尼号沉没的记录，计算了洋流的方向，推测了可能的位置，然后他没有直接找船体，而是找碎片。因为铁达尼号沉没时，船身断成2截，很多东西散落在海床上，碎片的分布范围比船体大得多，所以找到碎片的机会更高。找到碎片之后，就能顺着碎片的路径找到主船体。这个想法很聪明。9月1日凌晨1点，阿尔戈号的摄影机传回了画面，荧幕上出现了一个圆形的物体，是锅炉，铁达尼号的锅炉。所有人都疯了，他们找到了。经过73年，铁达尼号终于被找到了。接下来的几个小时，阿尔戈号继续拍摄，画面越来越清晰。巨大的船首出现了，静静地躺在海底，船身覆盖着厚厚的锈蚀物，看起来既壮观又悲伤。巴拉德后来说，那一刻他的心情很复杂，一方面他完成了梦想，找到了这艘传奇的沉船，另一方面他想到，这里埋葬着1500多条生命，他感到一种沉重的敬意。他决定不带走任何东西，不打捞任何文物，只是记录和研究，让铁达尼号安静地留在那里，成为一座海底的纪念碑。这个发现轰动了全世界，所有媒体都在报道。巴拉德一夜之间成为国际巨星，但他没有因此停下脚步。1986年，他又回到铁达尼号，这次他带了新的设备，一台叫杰森少年号的小型机器人，可以进入船体内部，拍摄更详细的画面。他们看到了大楼梯，看到了豪华的餐厅，看到了破碎的窗户，每一个画面都令人震撼，因为这些东西已经在黑暗中躺了74年，从来没有人看过。巴拉德把这些影像制作成纪录片，在电视上播放，全世界几亿人看到了。铁达尼号不再只是传说，而是真实可见的历史。找到铁达尼号之后，巴拉德继续探索其他沉船。1989年，他找到了俾斯麦号，这是纳粹德国最强大的战舰。1941年被英国海军击沉。1993年，他找到了约克镇号，这是美国2战时期的航空母舰。1942年在中途岛海战中沉没。1998年，他找到了卢西塔尼亚号，这艘游轮1915年被德国潜艇击沉，导致美国加入第一次世界大战。每一次探险都在揭开历史的谜团，每一艘沉船都有它的故事。巴拉德不只是在找船，他在找回那些被遗忘的记忆。除了沉船，巴拉德也继续研究深海，他发现了更多的热泉系统，拍摄了无数的海底火山，记录了许多新的物种。他用摄影机带我们去看那些人类从未见过的世界，让我们知道地球上还有这么多秘密等待我们去探索。巴拉德也很重视教育，他创立了海洋探索信托基金会，专门培养年轻的海洋科学家。他到学校演讲，告诉孩子们海洋有多神奇，鼓励他们追求自己的梦想。他说，探险不只是找东西，更重要的是保持好奇心，永远不要停止发问，永远不要停止学习。巴拉德也发明了很多探测技术，比如说遥控潜艇的改良，比如说深海摄影系统的升级，比如说声呐扫描的新方法。这些技术不只用在探险，也用在海底资源调查，用在海底管线检修，用在很多实际的应用上。他的贡献不只是发现，更是推动了整个领域的进步。2000年之后，巴拉德的探险范围更广了，他去了黑海，在那里发现了古代的沉船，有些船龄超过2000年，保存状况好得令人难以置信。因为黑海深处缺氧，木材不会腐烂，这些古船就像时空胶囊，完整保留了当年的模样。他也去了地中海，寻找古罗马时期的贸易船，研究当时的航海技术，了解古代文明的交流方式。每一次探险都在改写历史书。巴拉德也参与了一些争议事件，有人批评他不应该打捞文物，有人说他在消费悲剧，有人说他的探险太商业化，但巴拉德始终坚持他的原则， 他认为这些沉船是人类的遗产，应该被记录、被研究，但不应该被破坏、被倒卖。他反对那些把沉船当金矿的人。他说历史的价值远远超过任何金钱。现在巴拉德已经80多岁了，但他还在探险，还在用最新的技术去看海底的秘密。他说只要身体还动得了，他就会继续下去，因为海洋还有太多未知。人类探索过的海底还不到5%，还有95%在等着我们。巴拉德的故事告诉我们，梦想不是空想，而是一步一步去实现的目标。小时候他看海底2万里，梦想着探索深海。长大后他真的做到了，而且做得比小说还精彩。他让我们知道，这个世界还有很多奇迹，只要你愿意去寻找，只要你不怕困难，你也可以成为探险家，发现属于你自己的宝藏。巴拉德找到铁达尼号的时候，有记者问他，你下一个目标是什么？他笑着说，海洋那么大，我这辈子也探索不完。但这正是他迷人的地方，每一次下潜都可能看到从未见过的东西，这种感觉太美好了，我永远不会厌倦。这就是罗伯特·巴拉德，一个把童年梦想变成一生事业的人，一个让深海不再神秘的探险家，一个用科技和勇气改变人类认知的传奇。他的故事还在继续，而海洋的秘密也还在等待下一个探索者，或许那个人就是你。我们下次见咯。Hello everyone, I'm Jenny. Welcome to Thinker J. The person I want to talk about today did something absolutely incredible. On September 1st, 1985, at a depth of 3,800 meters in the deep ocean, he found a massive ship that had been sleeping for 73 years. This ship was called the Titanic. The whole world thought it would never be found. But he found it. And he even captured clear footage, allowing all of humanity to see, for the first time, the true appearance of this legendary vessel. He is Robert Ballard, a legendary figure who changed the history of deep-sea exploration. Ballard was born in 1942 in Kansas, but he grew up near San Diego, California. The Pacific Ocean was right at his doorstep. As a child, he loved watching the sea and loved reading science fiction novels, especially 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea by Jules Verne. That book fascinated him completely. The Nautilus submarine in the book took the protagonists to see underwater volcanoes, to see sunken treasure, to see all kinds of amazing marine life. After reading it, Ballard thought to himself, I want to explore the ocean floor too. I want to pilot a submarine and see those secrets. This dream stayed in his heart and never faded. When he grew up, Ballard went to university. He chose oceanography and geology because he wanted to truly understand the ocean. Not just the surface waves and fish schools, but the deep terrain and structures, those places humans had never seen before. In 1965, he earned his bachelor's degree, then continued with his master's and doctorate. He went to the University of Hawaii to study underwater volcanic activity, then to the University of Rhode Island to specialize in marine geology. In 1974, he received his PhD. He was already 32 years old, but his adventure career was just beginning. Ballard joined an incredibly impressive institution called the Woods Hole Oceanographic Institution. This place in Massachusetts is one of the world's top marine research centers. Everyone working there was a passionate scientist. They wanted to do bold things, like diving into the deep sea to observe volcanic vents, or studying deep ocean ecosystems. Ballard thrived there. He participated in several important expedition projects. In 1977, he did something astonishing. He boarded the deep-sea submersible Alvin and dove to the seafloor in the eastern Pacific. There was a place called the Galapagos Rift, with a depth exceeding 2,500 meters. Pitch black and freezing cold. Everyone thought no life could possibly exist there. But what did they see? Hydrothermal vents. Hot water shooting out from cracks in the seafloor, with temperatures exceeding 300 degrees Celsius. And even more amazing, there were living creatures near the vents. Giant tube worms, strange shrimp, and all kinds of bizarre organisms. They did not rely on sunlight to live, but on the chemicals in the hydrothermal vents. This discovery shocked the entire world because everyone had always believed that all life on Earth needed sunlight. But the deep ocean told us that life forms are far more diverse than we imagined. This expedition made Ballard famous, but he did not stop. He had an even bigger dream in his heart, and that was to find the Titanic. The Titanic sank in 1912. At the time, it was the world's largest and most luxurious ocean liner. On its maiden voyage, it struck an iceberg and sank into the Atlantic Ocean 2 hours and 40 minutes later. Over 1,500 people died. It was one of the greatest maritime disasters of the 20th century. The location of the wreck had always been a mystery. Many people wanted to find it, but all failed because the Atlantic Ocean was too vast, and the wreck might be 3,000 to 4,000 meters deep. At that depth, it was very difficult for humans to reach. Ballard had wanted to find the Titanic since 1973, but he had no money. Deep-sea expeditions are extremely expensive. Equipment costs millions of dollars, and ship rental fees are staggering. He sought sponsorship everywhere, but few people believed he could succeed. Until 1982, the U.S. Navy approached him. The Navy had 2 nuclear submarines that had sunk, one called Scorpion and one called Thresher. The Navy wanted to know the condition of these 2 submarines but did not want the Soviet Union to find out. So they needed a cover. Ballard reached an agreement with the Navy. He would help the Navy find the submarines, and the Navy would give him funding and equipment. If the mission was completed and there was time left over, he could use it to search for the Titanic. It was a perfect deal. In July 1985, Ballard took his team to sea. They used the most advanced deep-sea exploration equipment, an unmanned submersible called Argo. This machine was equipped with cameras and sonar and could dive to depths of over 4,000 meters. It could be remotely controlled with a cable, so people did not have to risk going down themselves. Ballard first completed the Navy's mission. He found the 2 nuclear submarines and took the required photographs. Then, at the end of August, he could finally begin searching for the Titanic. But he only had 12 days left. 12 days to find a ship in the vast Atlantic Ocean. It sounded absolutely impossible. But Ballard had his strategy. He studied the records of the Titanic's sinking, calculated the direction of the ocean currents, and estimated the possible location. Then, instead of looking directly for the hull, he looked for debris. Because when the Titanic sank, the ship broke into 2 sections, and many things scattered on the seafloor. The distribution range of the debris was much larger than the hull, so the chance of finding debris was higher. Once debris was found, they could follow the trail of debris to locate the main hull. This idea was brilliant. At 1 a.m. on September 1st, the Argo camera transmitted footage. A circular object appeared on the screen. It was a boiler. A boiler from the Titanic. Everyone went wild. They had found it. After 73 years, the Titanic had finally been found. Over the next few hours, Argo continued filming. The images became clearer and clearer. The massive bow appeared, lying quietly on the seafloor. The hull was covered with thick rust, looking both spectacular and tragic. Ballard later said that his feelings at that moment were complex. On one hand, he had fulfilled his dream and found this legendary wreck. On the other hand, he thought about how over 1,500 lives were buried here. He felt a deep sense of reverence. He decided not to take anything away, not to salvage any artifacts. Only to document and study, to let the Titanic rest quietly there, becoming an underwater monument. This discovery caused a sensation around the world. All media outlets were reporting it. Ballard became an international superstar overnight. But he did not stop there. In 1986, he returned to the Titanic, this time with new equipment, a small robot called Jason Jr. It could enter the interior of the hull and capture more detailed footage. They saw the grand staircase, the luxurious dining room, the broken windows. Every image was stunning because these things had been lying in darkness for 74 years, never seen by anyone. Ballard made these images into a documentary and broadcast it on television. Hundreds of millions of people around the world watched. The Titanic was no longer just a legend but a visible piece of history. After finding the Titanic, Ballard continued to explore other shipwrecks. In 1989, he found the Bismarck, the most powerful battleship of Nazi Germany, sunk by the British Navy in 1941. In 1993, he found the USS Yorktown, an American aircraft carrier from World War II, sunk during the Battle of Midway in 1942. In 1998, he found the Lusitania, a passenger liner sunk by a German submarine in 1915, which led to the United States entering World War I. Each expedition uncovered mysteries of history. Each shipwreck had its own story. Ballard was not just finding ships. He was recovering forgotten memories. In addition to shipwrecks, Ballard continued to study the deep ocean. He discovered more hydrothermal vent systems, filmed countless underwater volcanoes, and documented many new species. He used cameras to take us to see worlds humans had never seen before, letting us know that there are still so many secrets on Earth waiting to be explored. Ballard also valued education. He founded the Ocean Exploration Trust to train young marine scientists. He went to schools to give lectures, telling children how amazing the ocean is and encouraging them to pursue their dreams. He said that exploration is not just about finding things. More importantly, it is about maintaining curiosity, never stopping asking questions, never stopping learning. Ballard also invented many exploration technologies, such as improvements to remotely operated vehicles, upgrades to deep-sea photography systems, and new methods of sonar scanning. These technologies are not only used in exploration but also in underwater resource surveys, underwater pipeline inspections, and many practical applications. His contributions were not just discoveries but also advancing the entire field. After 2000, Ballard's exploration range expanded even further. He went to the Black Sea, where he discovered ancient shipwrecks, some over 2,000 years old. Their preservation was incredibly good because the deep Black Sea lacks oxygen, so it does not decay. These ancient ships were like time capsules, perfectly preserving their original appearance. He also went to the Mediterranean to search for trade ships from the Roman era, studying the navigation techniques of that time and understanding the ways ancient civilizations interacted. Each expedition rewrote history books. Ballard was also involved in some controversial events. Some criticized him for salvaging artifacts, some said he was exploiting tragedy, some said his expeditions were too commercial. But Ballard always stuck to his principles. He believed these shipwrecks are human heritage. They should be documented and studied but not destroyed or sold off. He opposed those who treated shipwrecks as gold mines. He said the value of history far exceeds any amount of money. Now Ballard is in his 80s, but he is still exploring, still using the latest technology to see the secrets of the ocean floor. He says as long as his body can still move, he will continue. Because the ocean still has too many unknowns. Humans have explored less than 5% of the seafloor. There is still 95% waiting for us. Ballard's story tells us that dreams are not fantasies but goals achieved step by step. As a child, he read 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea and dreamed of exploring the deep ocean. When he grew up, he really did it, and he did it even more spectacularly than the novel. He showed us that there are still many wonders in this world. As long as you are willing to search, as long as you are not afraid of difficulties, you too can become an explorer and discover your own treasure. When Ballard found the Titanic, a reporter asked him what his next goal was. He smiled and said, "The ocean is so vast, I could never explore it all in my lifetime. But that is exactly what makes it fascinating. Every dive might reveal something never seen before. This feeling is too wonderful. I will never tire of it." This is Robert Ballard, a man who turned his childhood dream into a lifelong career, an explorer who made the deep ocean less mysterious, a legend who changed human understanding with technology and courage. His story continues, and the secrets of the ocean are still waiting for the next explorer. Perhaps that person is you. See you next time.